Hello children, today we will start how to write chemical name for a given chemical formula. Okay, so there are some rules while writing these chemical name. Okay, so let's start with one first step, that is when the chemical name contain or chemical formula contain one metal and one non-metal. That means the bond is formed between metal and non-metal. See here, one example is given: sodium and chlorine. Sodium is metal and chlorine is non-metal. And in my previous video, I have told you that the first element is plus charge and second element is minus charge. Okay, if it is formed between metal non-metal, first will come metal and second will come non-metal. Now see here, how will you write the name for this? So metal, what is metal here? Plus 1. So write sodium plus non-metal. Non-metal is chlorine. Okay, chlorine. And see here, one note is given. The non-metal will end with the suffix IDE. So here you will remove this by or replace this by IDE. So the name of this compound will be NaCl, will be sodium chloride. Clear to you all? Let's take one more example. Ca3N2. Ca3N2. Now see here, Ca is calcium. Calcium is plus charge and nitrogen is minus charge. Okay, so plus is metal. What I said before, you will write metal first. So calcium will come first. Calcium. Calcium plus non-metal will come second. Non-metal is minus charge ion. Here it is nitrogen. Nitrogen. One more thing, what you have to do, you have to add suffix IDE. Okay. Here it is replaced by IDE. Okay, so it will be calcium nitride. Clear to you all? Every time non-metal is ending with IDE and metal is having same chemical name. Okay, metal will be remain same, non-metal is changing with the suffix IDE. Okay, it is clear? Now second rule is that if two element in the given chemical formula is non-metal and non-metal only. So first non-metal, you will write the name of first non-metal, and the second non-metal you will write prefix tri, tetra, penta, etc. Okay, now let's take one example to understand this rule. See here, first is phosphorus, it is non-metal, and second one is chlorine, it is also non-metal. So two non-metals are there. First is phosphorus and second is chlorine. You will write first non-metal first. Here it is phosphorus. So write phosphorus. Okay. Phosphorus plus second non-metal is chlorine. Write chlorine. Now you have to add prefix also. Prefix means you have to write before this name the number of atom it contains. Okay, so here you are writing for chlorine. How many atoms of chlorine are there? 5. So you will add prefix, means you have to write before the name. 5 atom is here, so you will write penta, and chlorine will end with IDE, like the previous rule. Now the name will be phosphorus pentachloride. Clear? If both element present in the formula is non-metal, then first name will be remain same. Second name you have to add prefix if they have, and the non-metal will end with IDE. One more example I am taking for you. Second example is AlCl3. Sorry, it is not this one. Children, we will discuss this AlCl3 later on in this topic only. First, we will take another example, CO2. In this CO2, you can see here carbon is non-metal and oxygen is also non-metal. So, both are non-metal, then what rule is that? First, non-metal, you will write the name as it is. Here it is carbon, so it will be carbon. And second one is of oxygen. Okay. How many atoms of oxygen are there? 2. So you will use di. And oxygen is a non-metal. It will end with IDE. So the name will be carbon dioxide. Okay. The name will be carbon dioxide. Okay. Now see here, in exam or in your board exam paper, many times it's come why AlCl3 is aluminium. See here, aluminium chloride, it is named as, while PCl5 is named as phosphorus pentachloride. Okay, aluminium chloride is, AlCl3 is aluminium chloride only, and PCl5 is phosphorus pentachloride. Why? The difference is that. Okay. Now you can easily identify that in aluminium chloride, aluminium is metal and chlorine is non-metal. So what we have done in the rule number 1, metal non-metal, the metal will come first and then non-metal, that will end with IDE. Okay. So here the name will be aluminium chloride. And in PCl5, both are non-metal, phosphorus as well as chlorine. So you will write phosphorus plus chlorine having 5 atoms. So you will write pentachloride. Okay. So this is the difference why penta is used here and here tri is not used, because it is formed between metal and non-metal. Here it is formed between non-metal and non-metal. Children, prefix hypo is used. Hypo is used for one atom of oxygen if it is present with two elements. Okay, see here NaClO, oxygen is only one atom. Like here I have written one atom if it is present with two other elements. Two elements is here sodium and chlorine. So here we will use prefix hypo. So its name will be sodium hypochlorite. ITE. Okay. before we was using IDE, here it is ITE. Okay, sodium hypochlorite. Hypo represent one. Hypo is representing one atom of oxygen. Okay, so the name will be sodium hypo for oxygen and chlorite, ITE. Chlorite is for this chlorine atom. Clear to you all? This oxygen you will not write oxide, you will write hypo for this oxygen. Sodium will remain same, hypo will be for oxygen, and chlorine will end with ITE. Clear? Now children, see here, if number of oxygen atom is 2, then you will use suffix ITE. Okay, so here it will be sodium chlorite, ITE. If oxygen atom is 3, then you will again use suffix ATE. It is ATE. So here it will be sodium chlorate. Again, if the oxygen number is 4, then you will write it is prefix. Okay, you will write prefix per. So here it will be sodium perchlorate. Okay, now see children, we have to write the name of some common acid. First is for binary acid. Binary means the acid in which only 2 elements are present. Okay, so if out of 2, one is hydrogen and second one is any other element, then you will write hydro for hydrogen and suffix will be added with the second element. Now see here, I have written one example, HCl. HCl is an acid. The name hydro will go with hydrogen. So here it will be hydro. And second element is chloride. Okay. And you will use here suffix ic acid. So its name will be hydrochloric acid. Okay, one more example is HF. Again, H you will use hydro. Okay, now F is for fluorine. Fluorine will be ending with ic acid. So it will be FlUoric, fluoric acid. Hydrofluoric acid, hydrochloric acid. See children, it is applicable for binary acids only. Okay, if it is more than 2 elements, then you will write with another naming system. It is only for binary acids. Next is that if radicals of polyatomic group is present in any acid, then the name of the acid is based on the radical only. Okay, radical you all know it is a group of atoms acting as a single unit and they have positive or negative charge. So see here it is H2SO4. SO4 is sulfate. SO4 is sulfate ion and hydrogen is H plus ion. So see here you can identify that this one is a radical. So if radical is present in the acid, the name will be based on this radical only. Here it is sulfate. So its name will depend on this sulfate ion only and the name will be sulfuric acid. Okay, sulfate you will write the radical first and replace it by ATE by ic acid. So it will be sulfuric acid. Okay, ic acid is added here. Clear to you all? Now one more example I will give you. Second example is HNO3. Here H plus and NO3 minus is present. NO3 minus is a radical of nitrate. Okay, so nitrate will be ic acid you have to add. So it will be nitric acid. Okay, it is nitric acid. Now H3PO4. PO4 3 minus is phosphate. Okay, and H plus. Phosphate is, you will add ic acid to it, so it will be phosphoric acid. Clear to you all? If any radical is present, SO4 sulfate, NO3 nitrate, PO4 phosphate, so it will be sulfuric acid, it will be nitric acid, and this will be phosphoric acid. Okay, so it is phosphoric acid. Ic acid is added to radical. This one is nitric acid. Ic acid is added to radical, and this one is sulfuric acid. Ic acid is added to radical sulfate. Clear? Next is trivial name. Trivial name is common name. Common name which is used worldwide, and chemical name is not used. Okay, the common name is used and it is understood by all over the country. Like H2O, hydrogen will be hydrogen, and oxygen is non-metal, so you will add monoxide. It is the chemical name for H2O, but we don't use hydrogen monoxide. We generally use water only for H2O. Okay, we use water for H2O. We never use hydrogen monoxide for H2O. So this is the common name or trivial name for H2O, which is accepted by all countries. Now one more example is here. That is NH3 nitrogen trihydride. Nitrogen is here 3 atom of hydrogen, that's why tri, and hydrogen is hydride. It will end with IDE like we have discussed in second step. Okay, second rule number. So nitrogen trihydride, we never use this chemical name. We use ammonia for NH3. Okay, ammonia is the common name for NH3. Okay, that's why it is a trivial name or common name. It is accepted by all over the world. See here, Ca3PO4 whole twice. Okay, so first thing you have to, let's take this one, Ca3PO4 whole twice. Let's take this one, first example. Now first thing you have to do, you have to find acidic and basic radical. Acidic radical is minus and basic radical is plus. Okay, so here is Ca is 2 plus and PO4 is 3 minus. So how you will write? It is plus and minus like that. So the name will be calcium, and PO4 is phosphate ion. PO4 is phosphate. Children, I will give you the list of radical and its name, so you will be able to write the name of given formula. Okay, so PO4 is phosphate and Ca is calcium, so name will be calcium phosphate. Now here let's take second example, MgSO4. Mg is magnesium and SO4 is sulfate. So its name will be magnesium sulfate. Like this, third is ZnCO3. Zn is zinc, CO3 is carbonate. So this one is Zn2 plus, carbonate is 2 minus. So zinc carbonate. Last is, fourth is MgOH whole twice. So magnesium is Mg2 plus and OH minus. It is, first thing you have to write acidic and basic radical. Identify. Now children, you will not use positive and negative ion. You have to use acid and basic radical. So acid radical is negative. That means here it is acid radical. Phosphate is acidic radical and calcium is basic. Okay, it is acidic and it is acidic radical and it is basic radical. Okay, so Ca2 plus is basic and PO4 3 minus is acidic. Children, in exam it comes like identify acidic and basic radical from the given formula. So it will help there also. So plus will be basic and minus will be acidic, and then write the name. Here magnesium is here. Magnesium is basic, so it is magnesium, and hydroxide OH is OH minus is acidic, so you will write hydroxide. Okay, magnesium hydroxide. Now children, I will give you some assignment based on this chemical name and chemical formula. You do practice at home, and wherever you have doubt you can ask, but do practice. This will only clear your doubt and you will be able to write the chemical name as well as chemical formula for the given compound. Okay, so practice, it will help you a lot. Okay children, so do practice for radical name, radical symbol, okay, and the chemical name and chemical formula. All the best.